Post-match verdict, the verdict with Mashal St. Patrick Hewitt. Thank you as ever for tuning in. Please make sure you go and subscribe, like, share. Head to from Bromley with Love.news as well. Go and make sure you subscribe to all the different things that we do, written, videos, etc. Bromley 2, MK Dons 1. What do you make of that? Here's a joke, right? On 60 Minutes, I posted a tweet or tweeted, X'd, whatever you want to call it. I put up, this game is not a good game to watch. And that sounds harsh on like the Bromley and MK Dons players. But I think as a neutral, it was an attritional game of football. That doesn't mean that there weren't little subplots within the game itself. But if you were a neutral coming here today, I think it's fair to say that after an hour, you would have been like, this isn't very good. But that Bromley were in the game, I think is what I'd say. But it was just kind of like a hard slog. And Bromley played the way that Bromley do. And again, I don't think that's me trying to make any apologies for Bromley. That's not me trying to demean the way that Bromley play. But Bromley are a team that will ask questions of the opposition all game long. Paul Warne, MK Don's gaffer post-match, was just speaking about the fact, and so many managers say this when I listen to them and speak to them post-match. They're like, we studied all week, we looked at what Bromley do, we so much of our work was about defending our box and crosses into the box. We know how Bromley are going to hurt us. But how many more managers can come to Hayes Lane and say we know how Bromley are going to hurt us but still get hurt? Do you get what I mean by that? Like, at some point, you have to give the flowers to Bromley, flowers to Andy Woodman and his backroom staff, and to the players, and say what they do exceptionally well. It reminds me of Arsenal. Now, obviously, some Premier League fans now who are Premier League fans and Bromley fans are going to be like, Mash, get out of here. Come on, that's a stretch. You're trying to link Arsenal and Bromley together. But hear me out here. Arsenal have a very specific style of football that is, some might say, dead ball specialist orientated, and it works for them. Who can blame them? Who can blame Arsenal for playing that way if it continually works? And obviously their fans have the song set piece again. Bromley might as well mimic it, because Bromley have a style of play that maximises the fact that if they put crosses into the box, they believe and trust their process that 8 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, they're going to damage the opposition with it. Today's game, if I'm kind of reduce the game and I'm slightly reductive about the game, today's game effectively went like this. MK Don score an early goal and then are exceptionally passive for 90 minutes, or let's say 70 minutes till Bromley equalise. They're passive on that lead for 70 minutes, not really looking like they've got the guile to score a second. This despite the wealth of resources that they've got for this level of football. And credit to the Bromley team, Bromley defended their goal well, right? At half time, there'd only been one shot on goal, one shot on target in the whole half between both sides, right? Now, at half time, I said to myself, Bromley are going to get a set piece at some point, and if MK Dons don't put this game out of sight, it's only a matter of time before one of those set pieces drops to the right player and Bromley have a very good chance. We clocked to 60 minutes. I then tweet, this game is boring to watch. Fine. We clocked to 70 minutes. Bromley get a set piece. Can't remember who wins the first impact. Brooklyn Longer, who came on 65 minutes in. He had a good substitute cameo, by the way. Scuffs it back in, crosses it back in. Deji bundles it over the line. Goal. Set piece, recycle. Deji bundles it in. All of a sudden now, you can almost sense the shift in the game. Every Bromley fan who properly studies the way we play at that point should have known Bromley are going to pepper MK Dons now. Can MK Dons stand up to the pressure they're about to go under? The bench brings on Ben Thompson. They bring on Corey Whiteley. Again, inspired substitutions. Hondermark goes off. Arthurs goes off. And Thompson and Whiteley make a difference. Whiteley gets the ball out wide on the left-hand side, crosses it in, and Omar guides an expert header into the corner. Crosses into the box, winning first contact, second contact. Bromley are probably, I need to go find the stats that will show me it, because this feels anecdotal, but I'm fairly certain the stats will prove it. Bromley, I assume, are probably in the top 3, if not the top side in the league, certainly for set-piece goals and probably for winning first and second contacts in attacking. Sorry, let me start again. Probably number 1 for set-piece goals and probably number 1, 2 or 3 for winning attacking contacts in the final third. I'd be shocked if Bromley aren't in the top 3 in both of those stats in the league, and that makes a difference. So we're now, 13 games in. Bromley stand 11th on 21 points. Walsall are top on 26 points, right? There's a few teams below Bromley also on 20, 21 points. So let that sink in. There is 6 points in this league between 1st and 13th. This that's the league for me. There's no brilliant side in. Sorry, that's harsh. There's no standout side. There's a lot of good sides, but there's no standout side in this league. I'm going to say something that will sound reckless. I'm composing myself because it's going to sound reckless. Bromley could win the league this season. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. I didn't say Bromley will win the league this season. I'm not saying that. I'm saying Bromley could win the league this season. But I say that because such is the nature of League Two this year that I could see any teams from about, there's any one of 10 teams in this league, I think, who could just, if they go on a run at the right time, probably win it. Because I don't think there's any, MK Dons are supposed to be a standout side. They've got the biggest budget, they've got the best players, and we Bromleyed them, right? We used strong style on them, and MK Dons couldn't cope. MK Dons will be up there. Here's my last stat for this particular verdict. Go look at the league table. Go and tell me who's lost the least number of games in the league this season. I'm Ashel St. Patrick Hewitt from Bromley with Love. Like, share, subscribe on all the different platforms. See you soon.